I was gifted a pressure washer. I'll show you what it looks like here. And it's a bit of a beast, but it's from 2015 I think, and it's not been used a great deal, but it has been stored in a garage, so with time things have started to degrade. And unfortunately what's happened is I've been struggling with the hose connection just under here, and this connection seems to leak. At first I was able to put a new O-ring in, and it seemed to get around the issue, but it blew off again for about the 50th time. So now whenever I plug the hose into here, it either blows off or it leaks. So what I did is I went down to buy a whole set of brand new O-rings, just to see if the ones I was using weren't correct. I was able to find the exact model number, and yeah, big shout out to Solent Tools for this, because they were able to find a nice little kit which you could use for all sorts of different areas. Unfortunately though, it hasn't fixed it. Anyway, it was model number MPWP140ITS. So I think it's maximum 140 bar. So it's quite a nice unit. As you can see, it's got the wheels on there, you can tow it around. It has quite a few accessories. There's a patio washer as well which comes with it. But yeah, without this critical piece here, we can't do much with it. Now, you can buy a replacement for about 60 quid. Might be some second-hand ones, but I don't really want to plough loads of money into it because it is an old one. It's 2015, so things will start to wear out. So I'm going to open this up and see if there's something that I can repair. Like I say, I bought the washer kit for it. You can buy an O-ring kit, and it's a bit like my other video where I've opened this up to have a look inside. We'll just see if there's something broken here. I've tried to fiddle with this a little bit here, but maybe something in here has a washer and that's degraded. So if I can get that replaced, at least we can get this back to being serviceable. I've got other trigger handles for the other McAllister, which is a small one, 100 bar one, and a Bosch trigger handle, but of course this is a 140, and their high pressure hose is a lot larger in diameter, so it won't fit into my other handles, because yeah, the hose for this one is quite substantial. So let's get this open, see if there's something I can repair. If there is, this video will continue. If there's nothing I can repair, you will never see this video. Okay, right, I've loosened all these screws up. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Nice round number. Comes off nicely. Aha, there's our mechanism. Right, is there anything here that looks like it's leaking? So this little affair here, I think you push that in, and all that does is open up the jaws so that you can get the hose in or out. That can come out. Tried faffing with this, but doesn't really do much. Unfortunately, it seems to work. I'm actually seeing a crack. Yes. Right, so we do have a crack. So that's a shame. Probably due to age. Like I say, it was a 2015 unit. No, I don't think it's had a lot of use, but just to see inside, there's our trigger mechanism. We open that up, and that's pushing down on this pin, allowing flow to come into this jet. Now, it's a shame because everything else is fairly well designed. We've got, well, I say it is, I mean it's a lot of plastic, isn't it? This is the problem. And unless I can find a piece to replace this, we're going to be out of luck. So let's take this out. So this is our main nozzle, or jet, and yep, that's split. So when we plug the hose into here, it's not being held tight, and to be honest, no amount of glue will ever fix that, because once that's gone, you're going to be fighting it, aren't you? So what a shame. What a shame. So it's a new trigger assembly. Is it worth it? This is the question. At least we've seen inside. That from here onwards is standard fitment, so I could use a Bosch from here onwards. But unfortunately, because the hose is, you know, a bigger diameter, a standard hose won't go into there. It has to be the larger capacity, larger pressure hose. So I'll have a look for this part, but you know, it's potentially replaceable. You just pull out this pin, but can't repair that. No way to get around that. Well, this is the part, and it is continuing this video, so there's obviously a happy ending to it. I was lucky. Shout out to Solent Tools. They're not sponsoring this, or they didn't give me anything for free as such, but they have excellent knowledge, and they were able to supply this broken piece here. So this is my old one, and it's cracked just across there where the hose goes in. Here's our hose, and that will slide into there like so. And if I just take the ring away, which is broken, what that does is that goes into there, and this metal clasp holds on to the collar there, and to release you push it up and you can release it. And this little triangle here is designed so you can spread those legs, those metal legs. So it's quite a cool feature, apart from the fact that yes, it's plastic, and there's not a lot holding this bottom piece to the main frame here. It's just, you know, a couple of small little bits there, and I think it's a common thing, and that has broken. But to remove this, all you need to do, take yourself a screwdriver, prise this little kind of C-clip or U-clip out, and then you can just slide the whole assembly off, and you can slide a new one on. So this is a new part. So there's our U-clip. All you do is you put a pointy object in there, slide that out, so that comes out, and then you can pull this down and replace with a new one. So that is really good. That's saved, you know, quite a bit of money on buying a new gun. So yeah, fingers crossed this will go together okay. Now it's definitely identical because we've tested it, and if we push the hose in, bear in mind I've just taken off the O-ring at the minute just for testing. Push this in, this should clip in nicely. Perfect. Look at that. So this is how it works. Push in and then you can release the hose. So that's really good to be able to get this back up and running. I've also bought myself a little pack of O-rings. So this will keep all the O-rings going. Give you a little stock to replace, and I think the small one goes onto here. Let's give that a go. Not using nails, if I can try. I don't want to break this one. There we go. So that's how that goes. And now if we test it. Oh, lovely, perfect fit. And then if we release, there we go. That's just an optional thing that goes on there. So that's basically fixed that. So yeah, all you really do is you pull out that union, that little U-clip, and then you slide this down. It just literally comes off, and then you slide the new one on, and then yeah, put the U-clip back in. It's helpful just to push from here with a pointy tool, and then once you've got a little bit of a gap there, you can put your screwdriver in and pop it out, and then just pull this down. And there's no washer in here, it just uses a kind of a compression fit because the seal is all done here. And then if we grab our handle, let's reassemble. So that goes in like that. Here's our handle. Little pin goes in there. Oh, and don't forget the spring, that has to go in. And then there we go. So when we trigger, it's opening up that little valve there. So nice to see all this is brass. A shame this piece here wasn't brass, because that gets a lot of abuse when you're pushing in the cable, and I've dropped it a few times, so obviously the cable has been in there, and I think over time that just weakens this part. But I will put the part numbers in the description should anyone need it, including the O-rings, because they're always useful. Like I say, Solent Tools, they've been excellent at supplying all these little bits, because this is an old model, 2015, so it's still good that you can get bits. So I'm just going to put a bit of grease on these pins here, maybe, I don't know, just clean this a little bit maybe, and then I'll put it back together and that will be done. So yeah, a nice fix in the end. There is our repaired gun. And what I'm going to use is classic Vaseline. Just get a little bit of that on here, and I'm also going to put some of that on the O-ring as well, because it's good just to lubricate this slightly. Over time, over winter, when these aren't used, they get hard and brittle, so just a tiny bit of Vaseline on these type of ports really helps to prolong the length, the service length. Right, there we go, you can see there's a bit of grease on there. That's the only kind of moving part really. Close that up. Lovely and lubed. Okay, all assembled. Greased up. Oh, that fits so much nicer. Oh, lovely. Okay, hose connection. You're supposed to bleed the system before you actually turn it on. There we go. Bled. Let's switch it on. Ah, it actually holds. Before that was just blowing off or leaking loads of water. So let's give it a go. Winner! Cheers for watching.